I think this is it. Alrighty. Hello, hello. Here we go. This is going to be a live video chat show where we do arts and crafts for adults because we use sharp things like scissors and needles and heat guns and hot glue guns and dangerous electrical items. And we're also a chat room where we like to interact with the chat room. And it takes me just a second to get in there, it seems like. I gotta find me. Let's see if I can find me. Let's see here. Let's go over here and look for me. Where am I? There I am. Okay. Here we go. I got it down. Okay. There's Jassy and Janet. I got a happy meal today, Janet. Woohoo! I've had a good day. I've had a productive day. Got a few things done. Got my desk cleaned off. Looked through some Christmas stuff. trying to get going. We should paint him. Thought about doing uh, some an eggshell snowman tonight. So if we get time, we'll do something like that. I'm great, Peter. How are you doing? So, okay, we did that. I can put that away. And the first thing I wanted to say is I did work on this little kitty cat that we did the other day, and I think he's finished. And I'm going to put him on the page, on the tree page that we did. Hi, Candy. Howdy do. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. There's somebody up in the balcony. Yes, he is cute. So anyway, I got my bird book out, and I glued down Janet Nash's napkin. This ended up in the bird book. And then I think, and on the front of the book too, Janet. Hi, Kelly Ann. Okay, Kelly Ann's in the balcony. Did you ever get back online? I was hoping if you just rebooted it would all fix it. She was trying to get on earlier, and I think she was using the computer. Hi, Mary. Good to see you. Hello, hello. So this came in Janet Nash's Happy Mail. So he made it to the front of the bird book, and there's another bird. So I'm going to leave this out because there's another bird in some Happy Mail that's going to go in there. So this guy here goes on my art book. I'm trying to get to it. Trying to get to my art book. So we did this, and I love it. The bottom part down here has got snow, and it's all paint, and it's textury. But this is where he's going to go, and he's going to look just fine sitting on that page. Just fine. So let me go ahead and glue him down. This was from the other day. We did most of it, and I had to cut this little cat out. And then I went around him with the magic marker to brighten it out, make him pop. And I think we got it. Got several things on my desk tonight. And we may not get it tonight, but we might get it done before Christmas. That's the main thing. So here he is. I like him. So good to see everybody. Good. So he's done. I just need to put the date on him. put him over here. Didn't really go on very good. I can fill it in. How about if I just filled it in? I'll just fill it in here. I can sort of see it. It was lumpy. I just penciled it in. So, okay. So, Goldie's here. Did Sharon come in? I don't see Sharon. She'd probably be here. So, howdy do, come on in. So, all right. So, I'm going to put this over to the side, and we're going to work on we're going to work in this in just a few minutes. So, get some other things out of the way. I wanted to, hi Becca. Hi Becca. I didn't get to see you and Owen. Did you all have a good time? Owen is her little stepson, and they were crafting today. I bet that was special. I didn't get to see. I've been busy. Oh, I'll go back and watch it. I'm sorry. I didn't get to.
Who's that?
I'm talking to the chat room, honey.
Oh.
So, where are you putting that?
Right there.
No.
There.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
good.
So anyway, I wanted to ask you guys if you would please send an extra card out, or send a thanking of you card, or I don't care, Christmas card. I don't care, Thanksgiving card, birthday card. Send a card. Send a card to Barb Muir, Muir, and that is Eternity Mark Muir's mother. It's under E for eternity. And send her a card. She needs to be showered with love. She's depressed, and she broke her arm, and she can't work anymore, and she's home, and she's depressed, and she just needs some cheering up. So everybody send her a card. You don't have to know somebody to send a card to somebody. So let's lift her up uh, as much as we can. So that's my little memo there to do that for Mark. And then I got some Happy Meal. So thank you, Goldie, for sending your card out. Oh, Becca said Owen ran the whole stream. Oh, great! So he knows how to do it all. He's computer savvy. We needed him over to Kellyanne's place today. Kellyanne couldn't get her volume to come on. She was having a time. So I don't know if we're going to get time to do a reindeer, because we're going to do some other things. But this is the Christmas card book so far. This little guy here, he's going to be sitting on the desk tonight. If he gets in my way, he's going to have to be moved to the side. But as long as he behaves and doesn't start throwing anything, these guys can stay right there on the desk. There they are, right there. As long as they're not doing any shenanigans. So anyway, these are some of the cards that I've already received, and some of them are tucked in behind the others with love. Some are used as pockets, And I've used cards, and I've used envelopes, any kind of decorations that are in the cards. I'm trying to use them up in here as well. And I could put something here if I wanted to. Uh, that's open, and this place is got an open spot right in through here. And I got some cards over here and some things that were in the envelopes, and art cards, and all kinds of cute stuff going on around here. Never a dull moment. That one's got a little cross on it, and I'll have to fix it later. What's he doing here? I'll have to figure it out later. And then today's cards, I went to this page, and I put Janet Nash's card right here. Her envelope was a perfect background page, and she sent me this cute little envelope, and it was just folded, in the cutest manner. And she put me all kinds of cute little things in it where they were in the envelope, and I just stashed them all down in here. But she sent me some little embellishments, ephemera. I call that ephemera embellishments. She sent me an elephant. She did. She sent me an elephant, and I'm going to leave them right here until I decide what I'm going to do with them. Not sure. And she did a video on this paper. It was special paper that she got. That was, I think she said it was cotton or linen paper, made or cotton paper made with cotton. And she decorated it, and she sewed on it, and she's put Christmas fabric and a mushroom on there, and she sewed around it, and then wrote a sweet note. And that is such a cute card. That's a Christmas card. Got it at Christmas time, and it's a card. So it's going in here. And then glued that down. And then this one has a pocket from the other day, and I've got a couple of cards tucked into there, real pretty. And then over here on this side, I got another Christmas cards, and I've got one in that you could open, and then I've got another one in a pocket underneath in the pocket right there. So that's two cards, and I think I can get one more here. So this one's from Sharon R. Is Sharon in here yet? And then this one is from Joyce Boring. Is she in here yet? and and their Christmas cards are here. And since we were talking about Joyce, hi Jennifer. All right, but Joyce Boring and we go way back before I started streaming. Joyce and I were girlfriends, and we were pen pals. And so Joyce and I are special to each other, and because we've really known each other, longer than a lot of you guys. But so anyway, we've been around the block a few times, me and Joyce, and she made me this um, stocking, and it's I got a little boo boo here I can fix while I'm talking about it. But she made me this stocking, and I usually hang it on my door in my craft room every year. But I thought that I would show it off to you guys first, and then I'll hang it up on the door out here. Do a little repair, but it's just a piece of cardboard with fabric on it, and it's just darling. It's just a darling. It's got the trim, it's got lace, and she took the lace up here and threaded it with ribbon, and she made a tulle bow. And it's got a hanger on it, so I can hang it on my door. And then I think there was something in here. It was a pocket made out of a Christmas card. And then she made this white doily in the shape of a snowflake. And so she's crocheted that, and then she's got another little star on top of the glitter snowflake and a button, and she sewed it all together. And it's a cute ornament, and I've used it every year. I don't know what year she sent this to me. I don't have a year on it, but I know that Joyce made it for me. So that's Joyce, and that'll go on the door. And I did wrap up. Look, I got a ho ho present. Guess who it's for? He'll never guess. He'll never guess what it is. So so anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and open up Joyce's uh, Christmas card too. And she sent me a new snowflake that she crocheted, and it's got a pearl in the middle. It looks like it might be a flat back, but I'm not sure. But it's just a pretty little snowflake to hang on the tree. So this will go hanging up. This will hang up on my doorknob right here. So I love it. And then she sent me this homemade card. Let it snow with the snowman, and it's all homemade. And she signed it. Merry Christmas, holly jolly Christmas. So that is so cute, and she's got glitter on it. Ooh, it's got loose glitter. Don't look, don't look, Becca. It's got glitter. So this will be in a pocket of some sort. It might fit in that one too. I could put two cards up there. So that was Joyce's uh, envelope. So let me get this out of the way. And I believe I don't see any ink on that. So anyway, I'll put that over here. We'll look at that later. All right. So thank you, Joyce. And then this one's from Sharon, and the rest of this here is from Janet Nash. And it's not Christmas related, so it's going to go over to the side. She sent me some of her batik fabric that she got from Africa. And I haven't decided what I'm going to do with it yet, but this came from Africa when Janet Nash was over there on vacation. And I was thinking when she showed this fabric, I was thinking it was thicker, or it was going to be thicker, but this is like silky, thin cotton. It's smooth like a pillowcase. It's soft. So I have to think of something to do with this, and I want to do something special. So we're going to think about that. And then she sent me a horse, and I probably will cut her out and glue her in my glue book somehow and use her, the big fashion issue. So, uh, so that is pretty. Thank you, Janet Nash. I love this, and I don't know what I'm going to do, but it's going over here to the side. Okay. Oh, for my horse book. Do I have a horse book? Oh my goodness. Don't tell me I have a horse book and don't know it. Do I have a horse book? I could start a horse book. Hi, Simply Nanette. Hi, honey. Howdy do. So this is from uh, Sharon Reinheimer, and she sent me a shaker card. Isn't that cute? And it's got a little bow on it. It's cute. It's a homemade card. And then she sent me some goodies inside. so the envelope, I'll save the stamps. I like to save the stamps. And she wrote my name in a gold pen. Woohoo! So that's good. And that's pretty red paper. But I've got to move on now. I can't do everything. So I'm gonna put my stamps right there. So she sent me this little card right here. Thank you, Sharon. And then she sent me a tag. So that'll look cute in my book. And this is for the winter swap. And she sent me an ACT card, and it's got a camel and an angel. Wise men seek him. And since I have a hard time putting them in the ACT box or use it in the art in the Christmas card book. And I think I've put a couple in here this month. If they're Christmassy, I'm going to put them in here. That's Sherry Van, and this one was from Esther. I'm going to put them in here. The only cards I got in here were a big coin. Those are pinwheels. So I'm going to try to put my cards in here with my ACT cards in the Christmas book. I just want to do that for some reason. So anyway, this is from Sharon, and she sent me a bird. So that'll go in the bird book. She sent me a little girl, and she's all dressed up for winter. So that'll go in here somewhere. And then she sent me some looks like mistletoe to me, some holiday wreath. And then she sent me a poinsettia that she has made. And I need to reinforce that one little leaf. So, hi Sharon Lumbar. Hello Candy. Hi Colleen. So this will go in the Christmas card book. Then she sent me some girls and some green paper. This would look good on the green paper with the girls. I could put that around the girls. I could do that with that. So, so that's all of my Happy Mail right now. They're in green dresses, and this is going to go around them. And I'll just put a little bit of glue on it, tack it down to you and yours. Okay. Oh, I've got some exciting news. Joe was talking to the neighbors today, and they had a cage, and they caught a wildcat. And they're on the next street behind us. So our yards go together, and sometimes their doggy gets over in our yard, but it's quite all right. We don't mind. It's just a playmate for Nora when their dog comes over. But the cat is a wildcat, so they've got it in a cage. That was the picture of the cat. I need to take another picture of it to post it. So let's see what we want to do here. Here it is. So here are the ears of that cat. These are the black and white ears on the back of the cat's head. Okay. He looks like a house cat, but his ears are pointed. They're pointed up with tufts. And then here's his face. It's a baby cub. There's the ear, the face, and here is some of the spots on the side. See the spots? This is a bobcat. This is a wild bobcat, and he is not any bigger than this right here. He's real tiny, real tiny. And so they've got to call in to the local wildlife and reserve people, and they might come and get him to relocate him, and uh, so that he's in a good spot. But he looks healthy. They thought, well, of course he's going to be hungry. If he's a baby, he didn't know how to eat. I don't know. They might have to keep him in captive until he's old enough to be let loose. But we'll let the game warden do all that stuff. So he's in my neighborhood. Uh, so now we know what the dogs bark at night. Oh dear, dear, dear. But we do have wildlife around here. We sure do. So anyway, I am going to put Sharon's shaker card in here. And I think I could put it right here. And then I could put this on the inside of the card. So, because it was Happy Meal. And there was another girl. I love her. And I've got some stickers like this too. So I think we have the same stickers. And there's a trick about getting her started, getting her opened. And usually there's a little tiny slit around the edge somewhere. Well, that will help you get it off of the page. But we'll get it off here. Might have to use a pen or get something to. Oh, I already got it. There we go. But they're real thin stickers. So I'm going to put her down here. And I guess I need to put Sharon's name on some of these. And then I'm going to put this card right there. So that looks good to me. Hi, Jeffrey. How are you? Haven't seen you in a month of Sundays. How are you, Jeffrey? Do you have your tree up? You getting ready for Ho-Ho? Anybody been doing any Christmas shopping? Hi, Belinda. Yeah, we have a lot of wildlife down here. We've got raccoons, we've got uh, armadillos, and we got the white ones, the hang upside down possums. We got possums. We have deer. We have wild dogs like wolves. We have wolves down here, and and lots of wildlife. I've seen in the community. I've seen and black bear. We've got black bear. So anyway, this is Sharon's card. Oopsie. And I'm going to have to let that dry a little bit before I close it up. And I've got these two things, and we're going to take this over to the bird book. So that's good. And I'm going to leave this open for a few minutes and let that dry. So we can put this over to the side. And we're just going to pray that we don't have a avalanche over here. So I'm going to put this up here where it won't get lost. Here's the bird book back, so we could put her bird in here, on here. He would look good on the front. I could put him on the front with Janet's bird. We got to decorate the front and the back. So let's see if we can put him there. And we will let this dry. And I did do a few things in here with Janet's napkin. And so I've been, kind of doing a few things in here throughout the last week. So that's good. I wonder if I could get Janet Nash's on here name. Okay, I like that. So I have to let that dry. Everything I'm putting on is with glue. Hi, Butterroll. Hi, Margaret. Good evening, everybody. Come on in. Come on in. So, the other thing I wanted to do is I wanted to get this out. I wanted to get this out. And I got this cookie cutter. I wanted to make a cookie, but it has to be this big. I've got a gingerbread to make. So I picked me out some these two shades, and I haven't decided if I should mix it or do one like this one, or one like this one. So, hi, Brian. Hello, hello. So, I'm going to go with the cinnamon. Speaking of, I heard a rumor today, and I don't know if it's true or not, but did anybody hear anything about Cinnamon Clooney, the art sharpa, today? Hi, Joyce. I just showed off your stocking. I I opened up your Christmas card. Yeah. Uh, Cinnamon Clooney is a artist in our. Um, she is a famous. I'm going to call her famous because she she has a large following in the big numbers, and she is an excellent painter and teacher of painting. And her husband were a great team, and they had their own channel and streamed a lot. And I've painted a lot of her paintings in my room, and did a lot of her her pictures were cute to use and inspire me. And but I just found out today that she passed away. I think it was on December the 10th. So that's and real sad. She's young. She's young. 54. Now I would have thought she was younger than that, but she has a young personality, and she was vibrant and cheerful, and she had definitely an upswing to everything. It was all positive, and she will be sorely missed. So anyway, we're going to make this gingerbread man, and he's got cinnamon in his coat, and we're just going to dedicate it to Cinnamon. We'll just dedicate it to her. Can you all see any holes? So this is what you do when you first get ready to felt something, and it's easy if you have a frame to put your stuff in. It makes it a lot easier, and you go every which way with your fibers, back and forth until you get it thick enough, and then we're going to felt it together. That's what we're going to do. We will felt it together. And this is beautiful Murano um, roving wool, and it comes in a long strand like this. All of the fibers are together in one direction, and I got a piece of glue on my hand. There we go. All right. Just a little bit more here. And then we're going to pat it down in the gingerbread mold. Well, there's Andrew. Hi, Andrew. Hello, hello. Come in, come in. Sit down, sit down and relax. Kick your feet up for a spell. So then I take one of my needles, and this needle here it's got a point, but it is dull. It's got a dull point. And it won't surprise me if it breaks, because it's hard to punch through. After I had all that fluff, and now look at it all being packed down, and it's not thick enough. From my experience, it's not thick enough. So I'm going to put this needle right over here in my little thing, and I've got another needle. Oh, this one's much better. This is a small needle, a smaller needle, and usually you use the bigger needles when you start out to do the rough parts, and then when you're almost done with your project, you use the littler needle, because you can see the holes where I poked with the bigger needle, and with this one you can't see the holes as they're smaller. They make smaller holes, and that's what you use to refine your piece at the very end to finish the felting with a small needle to make it more smooth and pretty. So I'm going to put some more wool down. And I'm also going to pull it up. So, let's see here. Okay. Um, oh, um, Doretha's got her daughter in the hospital ER. Okay, Doretha, we got you in our prayers. We've got you in our prayers. Uh, let's see what we want to do here. Thank you, Sharon. Sharon's Sharon's got my back. So I'm going to lift this up and I'm going to pull this off of the pad because if you continue to felt it down, it would be felted down permanently. Now, if you're doing a scenery, that would be great. But this is going to be like an ornament and I'll have it to where we can hang it up. So I've got it off of the thing and all I have to do now is put it right back into my cookie cutter. And this cookie cutter was given to me by Margaret. Thank you, Margaret. And I'm going to lay some more of the wool down. And I have been in the glue today, and I've got glue on my fingers. And the little glue particles, I should go and wash my hands. I got glue on my hands. And it's wanting to come off onto my wool. So let's see if that helps. There we go. So I'm going in every direction with the wool. It's straightened out. So if you go in every direction, then it has a better chance of felting together. It makes it stronger. Okay. Looking good. Oops. That was the glue. We'll put it up there. Okay. So let's see now. Where were we? A little bit there. So let's see if we can get this on there. Just go around the edges. Well, watch your fingers. Like that. And you can go as slow if you want to. You don't have to go fast like me. I feel like I'm in a race, but it can be slower and relaxing. And I can also get my other tools out. I've got another one that does it faster than just the one needle. It has a wonderful crunch. So I'm going to get another needle out, and I've got a needle case where I keep all my little things in. So we'll open this up. Felting needles. Directions on things. So I got this one here, and it's got 3. It's got 3 needles. This one has 1, 2, 3, 7 needles. And then I've got this little one here, and it's nice. It does nice, and it's got 4 needles in it right now, and they're small needles. So I probably will like this one the best because it's easy with the smaller needles. I also have finger protections, and then I've got all kinds of needles in here, different sizes. And this one is a extra small needle, and it's easier than the S. The smaller, the easier, more easier. So let's put this away and see if we can use this one. I like this one. So I'm doing it 4 times fast as the single needle. And it's got a protection cover on it so you won't hit your hands. It stays right on your project. I saw another little thing over here. And sometimes you see little bits of straw in your wool, and this wool came from a real sheep in a barn, and they eat hay, and sometimes you find hay in the processed wool. They try to get all of the hay out. Sometimes it sneaks in there. Yeah, I do too. This one is so easy to use, and the small needles makes it easy as well. And this is kind of a quick art project, but because of its size, it's going to take a little bit longer to play with than a regular cookie cutter. So it is going to take longer to do. And you can take this off and look at it, see how you're doing. And you can do the edges. And I like to push them in. So remember, whatever angle you go in, you have to come out the same way. So if you go in at a side angle like that, I have to come back out that side, or I will break a needle. So I like doing that to get the edges done. So I'm going to pull it up off of the board here. And you can flip it over when you're ready. And it's pretty thick, so I'm going to turn it over and see. It's pretty thick. And I'm going to turn it over and work from the other side. This was the bottom. And so he's double-sided. So I'm going to put the cookie cutter back up here. I'm going to get the little needle out, and I'm going to poke up in between his legs to give him his definition on his feet, his legs. And it's relaxed right there. So I'm going to push it up and try to make it tighter right up in there so that you can actually see his legs. Like that. So you can contour your shapes. So you can undo the arms, make them tight there, all the way around. And then I think I've got some rickrack. I'll get some rickrack to put on his arms and legs. So I'm going to put this needle down and get my other needle, the little one out here. Let's see. Well, when it's done, it's going to be a firm sheet. It's going to be firm, and it's not going to be loose. It's going to have texture to it, like a piece of fabric. And if it's too thin, then I want to thicken it up so that it'll be thicker, like a doll. And you have to just use your own judgment on if you think it's done, whether it's done or not. But I can tell you right now, it's not done. I've got to do this for at least a half hour before it's done. But it's really done when you think it's finished. When you like your project, and after you've done it a few times, you will see a finished look about it. It's still going to be soft because it's wool, but it's going to be more together. Like when I pull this up, I feel thin areas. And you can also hold it up to the light. And like I can see the light right there. You can see some light through there. So that's too thin. So I'm probably going to put another layer of wool over all of it. And but uh, it's starting to get to where it doesn't pull away, and when it doesn't pull off, but see, this is real loose, so that's not finished. So we got to do it some more. And this one is uh, the bigger needles. But the more you poke, the more tighter it gets. Okay, I'm going to pull it back up. And this was the original bottom. And you can see the tufts that are pulled, that are tucked out. This is all the little tufts where I poked it through. And then you turn it over and you poke them through the other direction. And your wool is real loose. And then by the time you get finished poking at it, you poke and poke and poke and poke until it gets real tight. The fibers get tight. Right now it's in a fluffy state, but eventually I'm going to get it in a tighter state. That might make sense for you. And if you think you're getting out of whack on the shape, you can always put it back in the cookie cutter frame. And I could put in some more needles in that. I've got 4 needles, and I think it holds 2 or 3 more. So I could put some more needles in there. Then it'll work a little faster. I'm just getting all my crumbs out of there. And it will pick up the foam rubber in the middle of this. It'll pull some of the foam rubber through too. So, but it looks great. So let me get my box back out, and I'll show you how to put a needle in this. You unscrew it off, and there's the lid, and there's a disc. This little disc keeps it tight, keeps the needles down in there tighter. So I've got this is where the needles sit, and then they sit down in the middle of that spring, and then that's what springs it up and down. So what I want to do is look around, and there's 3 more holes in there, and they go around in a circle in the same direction. These little the top part has that L part, and you put them all in the same direction like a little star, and then they'll fit underneath the thing better. Mediums. I've got some darning needles in there, and some small needles here. So I'm going to get 3 more needles and see if I can get them in. And these might be extra small needles. But I'll mix the small and the extra small together. Won't bother anything. So I'm going to put one there. And some of them are shorter and longer and all that too. But I think it's going to be all right. And we'll put that one there in the middle. That looks good. And see how I've got the little tops, they're all feathered out to that direction so that they lay down flat, and they'll lay down flat inside your spring. So you can put the spring on there, and then you get to drop it down into your casing. And there it is. So that goes in there. And you're going to push the springs down. As tight as it'll go. And that's the needle part. And then it fits down in here a little tighter, I think. Then you push this metal thing on there and screw it down, and it should screw and push it down tight within the thing. And I think it's got to go down in there better. There's a front and a back. Turn it this way. Okay. And because I don't change them out there it went down now. There it goes. It goes down. And then you put your little topper on there to keep it flat. it goes next. And then you screw this down, and it keeps them all in a row like that. And then when you push it down, uh, your your needles are going to be coming out like that. And usually they're not quite down this far, but that's because I think they're all sticking out. So let's see if it works. There we go. So we're going to go faster now. I'm just being careful. I push down, I pull back straight up. Down and straight back up. You don't want to go in and come back out a different direction. Like that. Okay. So let me put some of these away in my box. Let's get that in there. He's a fat one. It was all packed in here, so I know it'll go. I got it packed in there a certain way so it'll fit. So that can go back up there. And I'll leave these two out. So I'm going to pull them up, flip them over, and see what it looks like over here. Still needs some work. So I'm going to put them back in here. And I think I'm going to put some more wool down. And make them a little thicker. You could also, you could glue him to a piece of cardboard or a piece of cloth and put that on the back of him too. But I don't mind. I like having the felt showing. You can decorate them up as much as you want. So you crisscross some of the wools, crisscross them, and I like it crisscrossed. Okay. There it is. Put that there. Some more over there. And then we take our needle and go around the edges. And it will shrink. Um, it will pull away from the sides of the cookie cutter because it's tightening up. And it will become smaller than this cookie cutter shape. It'll be smaller inside of it. Take your time. Make sure you're in the middle of the cookie cutter. Okay, we'll get the other needles. All right. It's coming along. So I think I'm going to just take a break on this. I like what I've done. And I'm going to take a break and do something else. And if I don't finish him today, we'll finish him next time. It's a bit of a workout. You're right. It is. But he's looking good. I know. It's huge. It's huge. Get the little fuzzies off of it. Little lint. Glue. I think it's glue from my fingers. The dried glue. So anyway, that's. I'm gonna put this to the side, and we'll do something else. So we did that one, and the Santa Claus Yep. Yep. You could hit somebody in the head with this thing. You sure could. You sure could. Knock their lights out. So there's that. So there's this. So it's thick. It's getting thick enough now. I just need to felt it some more. And I'm gonna put this over to the side. I think my Christmas card book can be closed. I love my Christmas card book. It is working out beautifully. So let me set this over here. And I'm going to put my book over here. And I did work in here. See if it's dry enough. Yeah, it's dry enough. Okay. And that can go into the where the books are. And I'll get my art book out. So this is what we did the other day, and I think I need to take a picture of him. He looks wonderful. So it's just said, what, about 20 after 7? So let's turn the page. And I wanted to look at, I got to put my needles away so I don't ruin them. See if it'll fit in here. It's gotta fit in here. We'll see if that'll fit. And it does. It fits. So good. So I got a picture of this, and I was going to post it before I forget because I think I posted this the original, and let me go over here and post these guys. Let's see where the original is. Down here. This one. And this one. And next. And post. He looks cute. I need to do a little black mark there. On top of his boot. A little sketchy there. Okay. So, and I think I'm going to darken his mouth. He is just as happy as can be. So let's go back here and see. Have I finished everything back here? There's the gingerbread guy. Roll of gingerbread. This was a picture that I did. I just sketched it. I never did color it in. I can color that in real quick so that this page will be finished. And I can use my watercolors. And it looks like a tiger lily. And I don't know about you, but I think my tiger lilies that I grew up with were orange. And they were like a summer flower. According to my memory. let me get a brush. And I'm going to try doing this. And again over here. And again over here. And this isn't art paper. It's an envelope. It's a white envelope. Hi, Sherry. Have I said hi to everybody? Angie. Hi, everybody. So I need a little bit of green in there. And I'm going to put some darker orange in the centers. Like that. And then I'm going to go over here and get some green. And do some of these guys. And greens. Like that. And that one. And then I could do another shade of green. Something like that. So, how's that look? I think I'm going to quit before I mess it up. No, watercolor is not my forte. I will say I think it's cool. I love watercolors, but I'm not a real good watercolorist. I think it looks a mess. It looks like a mess. Just saying. Yeah, I finished the cat. I got him done. I did. Okay, that's all I'm going to do to that. It's just not my favorite. But it was just in the art book. There's nothing wrong with that. Gotta have night good and bad things. And the cat is over here. Here's the cat. And I was just finishing up some of the other things in my book that I thought needed to be tended to. And here's our reindeer over here. And the candy cane. And a decoupage page. And the elf. This is a Happy Mail page. Another Happy Mail page. And another Happy Mail page. And then we did Roll a Snowman, and we really didn't get to finish it either. He's not finished. And there's the gnome. So, and then we did the snowman back here. We've done quite a bit of winter things, and we did the fox. I had this on the TV last night, and Joe says, "Who's that up?" Because I had the TV on mute, and then I had a movie going on my iPad, and I was laying there watching the iPad and the TV at the same time. I multitask. But Joe says, "Who's that drawing up there? Who's that?" Because um, I was watching Dee Dee, and he could hear her voice, but he thought that was who was on the TV. And I said, "No, the TV is me, is my hands." And he says, "Well, you're doing a really good job on that. That looks good." He didn't see this, but he saw me making this, drawing that. And here's another Happy Mail pages. And we did a neurological thing. Here's the Christmas card list. And there's the snow puppy. We did the snow puppy. And then I believe this was back in November then. And this was watercolor. We were practicing how to do watercolor. And I'm just not a neat watercolorist. I'm not real neat. This was fun because it was, I think, more mixed media than anything. And this was done with the masking fluid marked off. And these were watermark swatches we did out of that one book. I forgot all about that book. So anyway, I'm going to go back to the front or to the end and turn the page. I think this is dry enough. And we can do another page. So let me see. I think I might have a napkin we can paint. I do. I have a napkin we can paint. I've got them up here. They've been up here for a long time. We get to paint this little guy. Let's paint him. What do you say? Let's paint this little guy. Happy holidays. Somebody sent me this little napkin, and I've saved it since last year. It's been hanging up here. So we're going to do this guy tonight. So he's got some light blue in the background and the white on the bottom. And I'll post them in the group for you. Okay. There we go. So I'm going to start off with, I need a powder blue. A powder blue. Let's see what kind of blue this guy is. An aqua sky. I want something lighter than that. So I'm going to mix it with white for the background. We're going to do the background. And then we've got snow back there. And we will do it. It's more light white and then blue and then white snow. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a 3-layer background, and I need to put my wool away here. Like that. I don't think I need my hot glue gun on. So I'm going to put this blue in the middle. And I'm going to use my brush. Let's use my fan brush. Okay. And then we'll put some white down there. To go on up in the sky. How's that looking? I think that looks pretty good. Now we'll just put some white down here for the snow. So we'll put some white down here. Okay. I think that looks good. So, let me dry this. Esther's here. Who else have I missed? Have I missed anybody? Cindy. Hi, Cindy. I've been busy. Yes, Jennifer, I see you're here. I know you're here. And there's Pixie. Hi, Pixie. So I'm going to hit the dryer, hit this for a minute. I love my background. It's one of the best jobs I've ever done. Kellyanne's in the balcony. Okay, sweetie. I think I'm going to cut them out of paper. You get to go hunting for some paper. So let me get this over to the side and let it dry a little bit more. Mm-hmm. Yep, it's still a little wet. And we're going to cut this out of papers. So let's see. I need to find some brown paper like that. I never know what I've got up there until I start looking. And maybe I can get down to the bottom parts and pull the bottom books out for starters. See if I can do that. I'll try. I'm going to try. I think I have some Christmas paper up here. I haven't seen in a long time. I'm going to move my stool out and stand in the corner and really see if I can. There we go. Now I can reach it. Yeah, let's see what we can find. That's an old piece. He would make a cute puppy. Flower puppy. Uh-huh. This is a vintage. I got blue. This is nautical. I think I had that out the other day. Yeah. And I've got another spot with some paper. It's in my room with some more paper in it that I haven't looked at for a long time. Probably since earlier this year. It's in a box over there on the floor. So we're looking for. Now my arms are just my arms feel like they're down to my knees. They feel so heavy from tugging on this paper. But we could do him out of for the puppy. He would be a good sheet, a good dog, brown dog. We could do a polka dot for the doggy. I think this was going to be it. Let's try him first. And then we need a coat. There's a red one. There's a polka dot. I kind of like the polka dot for the scarf, maybe. We could use this for the stripes on the scarf. Don't know what I want to do. I'm indecisive, but I do think I should try to find some Christmas paper. And these aren't Christmas. We could do something like that for his scarf on the red. I think I like that. And then I've got some real ribbon I can put on his hat. So put that together. This is vintage. I think I'm going to make his body out of this one. This will be his body. This is going to be his onesie, his t-shirt with his scarf. And we can do the red and the plaid and the red for his hat. That's what I'm going to do. Solved it right now, then and there. It's what we're going to do. So I'll put this paper together. And there's some more loose papers in here. And I'm going to put them with the loose papers with this piece of cardboard on the bottom. And that'll keep them from getting messed up. Like that. So we can stick all this back up here. 3 more sheets of paper gone from the paper stash. One sheet at a time, it's going out. At least I try to use it. At least I try to use it in my art. So we need to draw the doggy first. And I'm going to use a pencil. And it'll blend in. And then he's going to have a doggy head. And his head's going to be kind of like a cone shape. Like that. And he'll have a hat on. And then his ears are going to come out of the hat. Like this. Oh, we're going to do his ears separately. And we'll glue them on. They're not going to be cut out at the same time as his head. So we can even just do this. And this is going to be his legs, and he's going to have a kind of a sleeve, like a band. What do you call the band in the sleeve? The cuff of the sleeve. And then he's going to have his little puppy paw come out here. See, this is all going to be red. Most of it's going to be red. But I can cut it out at the same time. And then here's his little feet. Like that. And then over here is going to be his other band of armband. And his foot is going to be down like that. I've got fuzz on my face from the wool. And the fan's on and it's blowing my hair. So, good night, Angie. Okay. So this goes up, and it's his belly. I'm gonna make it go up, and then they're chestier. They're big in the chest and small in the back. A little bit. Like that. And there's his hind leg. This is going to be his tail. Like that. And like that. And then this is going to go down a little bit here into his hind leg, and then down to his ankle and his paw. And then over here on this side is his other paw, and it's coming down like that. And his ears, their ears are going to be like, I can cut two of these out at the same time. But his ears are going to be like this. And then back up like that. Something like that. And then I'll cut two of those out. And this will be his face. And he's going to have bright eyes, dark eyes, and he's going to have a cute little nose that's kind of like that with something like that. Something like that with the mouth. His mouth is going to be right here. And if you just go up on the ends, just a little bit of a curve, he looks like he's smiling. And that's that. So I can cut this out, cut two of these out, and then I'll flip it over and cut out my, okay, that's what I'll do. So we'll cut this out first. I'm cutting them out. How are we doing on time? 8 o'clock. All right. Got an hour. Now I got a little boo-boo on my paper. You see that little hole right there? It's going to be covered up with this shirt, so we won't worry about that. So I'm going to go up the side of his face. And this is where his hat's going to go. His ear will go over here. This is his neck. And his body. And then down to the tail. And then we've got his little bottom down here. Into his hind leg. It's different than a dog's hind leg, as they say. Going up. And then we'll cut the other leg. Cut his little toe beans out. They call them toe beans on dogs and cats. Did you all know that term? I just learned it this year. I didn't know what a toe bean was. Here we go. Whew, got that done. Hi, Face. Hi, Faces. How are you doing? Faces and Stones, guys. If you don't know who he is, you need to go over there and subscribe to him. He is a gentleman that lives up in North Carolina, and he likes to go out into the woods, and he goes to areas where there's history of where there's Indians have lived back in the day, and he goes and he finds these areas where he finds artifacts, and he can find his hobby is finding faces in the stones. And when you watch him, he will show you where the faces are in the stones, and those were ancient artifacts that he finds. What he finds, and they've done them on Discovery. Uh, he's been on the Discovery Channel. He's famous. Faces and Stones in our group here. He uh, he finds artifacts, ancient artifacts.
Oh.
And it's fascinating. And see, I'm from West Virginia, so I understand what it's like to go out into the woods and hunt for artifacts.
Yeah. Your father,
My
brothers did that.
the land that I was raised on is right on the Ohio River, and we think that the particular land that we lived on was a place where there were um, camps, and it probably would have been summer camps because, well, I don't know if the river ever flooded back in the day. Probably not. I would imagine the river didn't flood, would it? Back in the Indian days.
Well, no, the river did come up then too.
Huh?
The river did come up.
It did come up.
It wasn't
but,
like that.
But anyway, some of our land is flood plain, but then there's a lot of our land that's not floodplain that has never been flooded. So we think that there has been Indians on our land because Daddy has always found he's found all kinds of hammers, the stone hammers, and the tools that they would have used made out of rock, smooth rock, and flint stones and arrowheads. A lot of those. I was going to make 2 of those. It's okay. I can still do it.
And up north, the the rocks that she's talking about, flint and all those, were a different type of flint rocks and stuff. And back then, there was a settlement that would move because, just like the animals would go for the food and stuff at the different times of the years and seasons, that the rocks that were found on the property in the Ohio River area that she's talking about should be up north 500 miles or more, because it's a different type of stone made. The quarries didn't have that type of flintlock that they had there, and the only reason why they could think that it come down, they had them down here in these grounds, was because the the native Indians and stuff would move and travel up and down the Ohio River.
And the area where we lived on the river, it would be a great summertime place for them because they could raise it.
Weather, yeah.
They could raise the soil was fertile with sandy river water, and you could grow a lot of corn and green beans and things like that. And then once the garden is done, then they can move back to their winter places wherever they lived in the wintertime.
And
So I think I made them too big, guys. Oh no.
And in Ohio, they called it the snake mounds, because there was a snake mound that was built for the Indian tribes, and it came all the way from way up north in Ohio and further up and come down, and that's where they buried their
They were like
deceased.
famous. Um, the the hierarchy, the higher up uh, prominent people were buried in the mounds in a fancy cemetery.
Yeah, they were all in the big mounds on, and you can still find them. They're still all over the world like that.
Yeah,
That was it's
it
just the
wasn't
way
just.
they did it back then.
So this is how you shorten your dogs. You cut them in half and you squish them together till they fit on your page. Now, you learned it right here first, guys. He might have to be a tip-in
It might be a race
because of the tail.
dog.
I'm going to cut the tail off now.
That little tail on that cat, that bobcat or whatever it was.
Was it a stubby
Yeah, it
tail?
was a little bitty one.
Mm-hmm.
It was cute. It was only about 3 inches.
So I'll take his tail and I will make it a little bit better.
I don't guess you showed that picture of it, did you?
Yeah, I've already showed it to him, Joe.
Okay.
So anyway, we're going to tape this guy together. So he's just going to be a short guy. He's just going to be a little shorty. And I'm going to tape him together. And then this is going to be underneath his coat, his shirt. So I just need I guess I'll use the glue. I was going to use the Scotch tape, but I can use glue. So anyway, that's my shout out to Faces. And I found him through the shorts, the short videos, and the reels. Is how I found him. Okay, so there he is. There. And here he is. There. I guess it's going to be about right there. So I'll glue him down and trim him off. I should have put a brad in his tail so his tail could move. He could wag his tail. No, not right now. So I'm going to fix it just like that. So I'm going to flip him over and I'm going to put him on this fabric and we're going to make his onesie. And I've got two colors. Let's go back. The red. Oh, this is going to be his onesie, right? And then this is going to be his scarf and part of his hat. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to make this his onesie. So I'm going to lay this down like right here. And you can't see the neckline. And I can use an ink pen here because it's the back side. So we're going to make his neck right there. And he's going to go down here. And I'm just going to trace him out a little bit. And he's going to go down to the, I'd say till about here. And then he's going to go down to here. And then we're going to trace them out down here to this leg. To this leg. I think that'll do it. So I get to connect here and then here. And we'll put a ribbon on we'll put something here and here and here and maybe here. This probably won't get to be seen much because it'll be underneath his scarf. But we're going to put these little bands. We'll put some ribbon there and there and there. At least those 3 places. So when I cut this out, it should fit our puppy. So let me cut it out. And it doesn't matter if the ink shows or not, because it's going to be on the back side. Let's try that again. There. Now let's see if it works. Let's see if it fits. It fits there. It fits there. It fits there. All right, it fits him. And I'm going to trim his back out just a little bit here. We're going to glue this down. Have a sweater on. We're going to glue this down. There. And over here. Okay. Now talking about your dogs. Okay. Talk away. There. That looks good. A little bit of glue there. He's going on here. Of course, I could have put him this way, but I didn't do it that way. Did it this way. So we're going to glue his ears on here. I think. So, Sharon R. Hi, Sharon. I opened up your Christmas card today. Thank you. I got all kinds of goodies in there. Thank you, sweetheart. You did not have to do that. Thank you so much. It'll be going for a good cause. I've got things I can use it for. Thank you, Sharon. So this ear, I need to put it down a little bit because he's got to go on the page. So he's going to go about halfway up, and then he's going to have a toboggan. So it's just going to be barely touching. Okay. So far, so good. Now I got to do the thank you. Thank you, Sharon. That means a lot. I do as much as I can. So, the toboggan and his scarf. So, let's see. I don't know if I need any more of that red, but we'll put it over there. So, here's his scarf. And I'm wondering if I should. Thank you, Pixie. Oh, that tastes so good. My mouth is so dry. It's been talking a lot. But that's okay. That's why God gave us voice boxes so we could talk. Isn't that amazing? What would we have done if we didn't have our voices? Oh my gosh. I don't even want to think about that. That is just mind blowing. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a piece of paper. I like to do paper sometimes because I can sort of see through the paper. I can sort of see through it. And I can act like I know what I'm doing. So there's his chin right there. So we're going to make a scarf. And it's going to go like this. And then it's going to go down. And it's going to go back around for his scarf. And then there's going to be another part of the scarf that goes out like this. And then another part of the scarf that's going to go out like this. So by the time I cut it out, it'll be more like that. And this can be more like this. Okay. So I'm going to lay it on my scarf fabric. And we're just going to cut it out. That's going to be our pattern. Mm-hmm. And I think what I'll do is this. Put that over there because we're going to need a little bit more of that for his toboggan. So this is going to be his scarf. And it's going to go right there. And I'm going to glue it down. This is called paper piecing, isn't it? I like to call it paper piecing. And then this little piece is this piece over here. And I'm going to go underneath. And it's just going to be, I don't know, it's going to be under his ear. Yeah, it'll go under the ear. And then we got this little piece. And it's going to go down here. And it's going to go like that. Is that good? And I'm going to outline it in black after the glue dries. But I got to let the glue dry. But I think he's down. He's sticking. I've got him sticking down there. It's time to make him permanent. So, Jennifer's going to name him Duchess. Aw, he's a cute little Duchess. He's cute. He's a cutie. Got to get his head on there, but it's going to be good. It's going to be all right. Okay. And then I think what I'll do, I was going to look for some ribbon. I need red ribbon. And I could take a white paint pen and do some snowflakes. I can make some snowflakes on them. I don't think there's anything more in this one. I'll shake it on him for a minute. Can't get anything out of it. You know, I wonder how many times do we actually use our pens and actually use all of the paint and the ink inside of them? Or do they just dry up and go away? Here's it's coming. It's got some in it. So I'm just going to do something like this. And then on the ends, you go out, like that. And then a little bit more in the middle. That look like a little snowflake? I think it does. I think that looks cute. So I just did the pie, which is like a 6, an X. I did 6, and then I did a wing there and there and there and there, little arms, and then in the middle. Like that. That looks okay. Looks okay to me. This is a Craft Smart. I think that's I don't know if that's Walmart or what. But these little guys right there makes it look like a snowflake. Okay. Making some snowflakes. Oops. Got a little extra carried away there. That's okay. He's got an extra crystal. It's just a little extra crystal because there's no two snowflakes alike. I'll put some of those in there too. And then the rest is just snowflakes. Okay. There's his little sweater. I think that's enough. I think he looks cute. That part, anyway. Okay, so there's his. Now we got to do his toboggan, and we're just going to do a little something something, and I'm going to make it. As wide as it's a little bit wider than his head. And then it's going to be a headband ribbon or something there. And then it's going to be a it's going to be one of those. And then we're going to do a pom pom on top. A pom pom. Ooh, we get to make a pom pom. So let's just see how this looks. So there's this. Oh man, it's going to be too. I gotta make it cut down. So there's his hat. We got to leave enough up there to make a pom pom. We got some red yarn. I do have red yarn. So I'm going to go over here and he looks like a little helmet, like he's going snowboarding. But I'm going to look for some ribbon. And I'll get that, I'll get the yarn over here too. So what we're going to do is just tack the ears down a little bit here. And I'll leave the ears, uh, I'll leave them floppy. Never in a million years have I ever thought that I'd have so much fun making a Dutch hound. Little Dutches. And I will be outlining him with the marker. So it will look really, really cute. Okay. Okay. We got more outlining to do. Okay. Moving right along. So uh, I've got a scavenger hunt book that we're going to do in January the 1st. We're going to do a scavenger hunt, and it is a matter of finding the prompts and making a scavenger hunt page, make an art page out of what we find. And that's going to be new for January. And then see. So by that time we'll have the Christmas card book finished. So that'll take that place. So that's good. All right, I don't think I missed anything. Okay, I'm going to go get my yarn for the pom-pom, and I'm going to go get my ribbon. He looks cute. I gotta print out happy holidays. Happy holidays. I can print that out. Okay, let me go get the yarn and the ribbon. I might be able to use something out of this bag. Is that going to clash? It shouldn't clash. It's going to be on the top of his head. And then I got this bag. So let me get my yarn and make a little pom-pom. Y'all know how to make pom-poms, don't you? You just go around and around and around she goes. Where she stops, nobody knows. Then you cut you off a little piece and tie it in the middle. Tie it up tight. Tie it as tight as you can and then tie it in a knot. And then I like to hold those together, the tie-ties. And then I'm going to cut the pom-pom. And then I push it up here together because I don't want but just that much of a pom-pom. So I'm going to cut that part off. So it's better to be a little bit longer than shorter because you can always shorten it. So I'm just going to cut this kind of straight across. And then you have a pom-pom. And if you want it thicker or shorter, which I think we should go shorter, but I don't think it needs to be any thicker. We can always make more. There's plenty of yarn. And that's going to be the pom-pom at the top of the page. So what I'm going to do is cut these off. I don't need, now if I wanted to tie it onto something, I would have used those ties to tie it onto a bell or a loop or a card or whatever, but it's just going to glue it on there just like that. And I've got my hot glue gun. We'll turn it back on. I've turned it on and off all day. We'll get the hot glue gun going. And we'll fold those together and put that in my paper stash of used paper. And then in this bag, I'm going to look for something that would look good at the top of his hat. I've got this. And I want to put it, oh, I don't know if I like that, but let's find another something else. This is a paper napkin. I do have pom poms. Oh no! Look, Dana, Dana. But I like that pom pom. I also have some burlap, and it's a burgundy. Well, it's some kind of a burlapish fabric I've got there. I've got real burlap. I like the darker. Got that. I've got some blue ribbon, and I've got some red lace. This is a trim that you could use if you want to put that around his legs, but I'm not going to use it. Not for this one. And then this here, one who didn't smell bad. This was something. I guess it's a bookmark. I'm going to put it in my Barb envelope. It says it says don't frown. Okay, this is also a red, white, and blue bag, but it's also Christmassy. I've got some ho-hos in there. And I got some penguin paper, but I like this burgundy right here. I'm just digging around, looking around, see what I can find. So I'm going to take some of this. This came from my mother's, and she bundled it up. My mother was a bundler. She bundled things up when she finished working on things. There you go, Mom. I put it back. So I'm going to take some of this. It's the right size. So I need one of these. I need one of those. And one of those. And two of these. About like that. And let's see if that'll do it. Okay. A little bit of glitter. We'll foo-foo it off. Although I like the glitter in the snow. Never know. Okay. So I'm going to put one piece here. One piece here. This is the ribbon. This is the ribbon. So we're going to put that there. We're going to put that there. It's going to be cute. I'm just saying. We'll put that there. Put that there. I love it. I love it. Want some more of it. So this is going to be down here. So we're doing his cuffs on his little shirt. Y'all with me? And there's Joni. Hi, Joni. We need one more over here. That's not a very good piece. Here's one. So we'll just curve this up that way and cut that little corner off there. Put him on here like that. I'm not finished. And then this piece is going to go down here, and I don't need all of it. Heavens to Betsy. Heavens to Betsy. What have we got? So that's going to go there. And that's going to go there. Perfect. Happy holidays. Happy holidays. Do, 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 do. Should I put? Yeah, I got to put some snowflakes in the air. And can you see the snowflakes? They're light. They're blue. So I need to make some blue hole punches. And I've got some paper that shade. So I'm going to put my glue gun back over here for safekeeping. I think I'm done with the marker and the burgundy mess. Let's clean that up. I'm done with that piece. I think I'm done with the scissors. All right. Got my desk cleaned up. Put the paint pen and the ink pen away. Doing great. Doing right on schedule. It's 8:45. Hang on. Don't go nowhere. Don't touch those dial. Don't touch that dial. That looks good. I didn't use that, so that could go back into that baggie. I do have some of that glitter. Okay, let me go over to the computer for a moment. I'm going to use the pencil to do some highlighting. Kind of give him a little bit of a nose. I don't see no whiskers. Should he have whiskers? Do all dogs have whiskers? Now that's a good question. Hi, Mitzi. Look what we're doing. Okay, I'm going to go over to the computer. That's cute. Now, let's see if I can do this without messing anything up. Let's go down here to this one. Can I get it? Just want to get in to type something. Did you know? Let's go with a new page. I think that's right there. And can I type? Can I type? Okay. All right, that one won't let me do it. Let's try another way. We want a new page. Okay, let's try another way. I don't know how to use my computer, so you guys just have to bear with me for just a moment till I figure out how to get to uh, a, a thing. Wow, that's pretty. Let's see. Let's go with the new text. Okay, I just need a new piece of paper. Here we go. Now we're talking. So I want to make it big letters about the 36, and I'm going to have happy. And then holidays. How? Holidays. Like that. HOWLIDAYS. So let's do it in red. And I kind of like that print style, so I'm just going to just print it out. So then we go over here and we hit the printer, turn it on, and then hit the printer. And we want to print it out. So that's how long it takes for me to print something out. And to try to find a document is like for the birds in my speed. It's too. I can just do something simple, and that's about it. Come on, print it out. Where is it going? to push it again, because that doesn't mean it didn't get it. Okay, I'll have to wait and work on that later. It didn't print it out. I pushed it twice. Now Joe would have pushed it 100 times, and and then it would have been copied out 100 times once it starts working. So anyway, I would put that up there. I could use this. I've got 4 of them. Let me just borrow this guy. There's more than one way to do this, right? So I'm just going to just use my paintbrush to tear that out like that. Like that. And I could just put that on there. It's a little small, but I think it'll be okay. So let me just put down a little bit of glue and then use a paintbrush to spread it out. And lay it down. So it's got to be real gentle when you're using wet paper towel, paper napkin. It will tear. So it's down, and I'm not going to play with it. That's it. Okay, and he's done. He's done, guys. So I will take also. There's Frosty. He's been falling down on me all day. He's clumsy. So I get to put some date on this. Oh, really? So I'll put the date down here. December the 14th. Can you believe it? Whew. Can you believe it? We're getting closer and closer. So I'm going to take and I'm going to open this up. And I'm going to take and I've got some leftover paper. What did I do with it all? And I'm going to take and put this little puppy over here. And we've got some of them snowflakes. Like right there, that little snowflake. That's the one. That's the one I put on his sweaters. I used that snowflake. And I've got 2 of these left over from last year. I can put those on that page, and that makes it look really, really cute. Can you believe it? So here, over here, we can do this. Hang on. I got 5 more minutes. So I'm going to glue this guy down. Either way, I've got to go. I think I'd rather put it at the bottom than the top. So. Well, you know, you always have to go through a little ugly stage before you get to the cute stage, I say. I've always said that, and I mean it. I mean it. Gotta have an ugly stage. And we did. We did it in stages. So down here, I'm going to put a patch. I got to have a patch in there. So let me get the scissors. Mixed media, guys. This is true mixed media. So we're just going to put this down here. Can't hardly tell the difference. Now you see, when that Happy Holidays didn't print out for me, when it did not print out, and I turned around and I said, well, I'll just use the napkin, no problem. That's what I was supposed to use. That's why that didn't print out. It's because that's what I'm supposed to use. So anyway, this guy's going to go over here. But I think I'm going to put him down. Would he look better on the red? I think he'll look better on the red. So I'm going to put him on the red. And then I can cut him out. And I will use a credit card for this part. And I'm going to put them down there. And then I'm just going to take my credit card and lightly rake over top, not really pressing down as much as I am as just getting it attached to the wet glue. And then I've got a pair of scissors over here that look like that. And I'm going to cut it out like that on that red paper. There. And it'll dry. This glue will dry. Give it a chance to dry, and it'll look just fine. We'll save this for something else. And put those back away. And then this is going to go over here. And it matches the both sides there. So I'm going to glue this down now. I like to do something on the opposite pages because I just don't want a blank page here. I think it looks cute with a double page. And you didn't have to be anything fancy. It could just be, use a sister print or leftover paper, and there you go. So I'm going to use these things, and I'm going to put them on. They've got a sticker, and I can use the sticker, but I'm going to also use hot glue because these type of things, well, this was last year's anyway, so it might be I don't know where I want to put it, just for reinforcement. It's just such a small dot, it's a big sticker and a small dot. And I think that looks cute, just like that. And looky there, it's 9 o'clock. Exactly 9 o'clock. Don't think I could have planned that better if I tried. So, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. Everybody in the balcony, hello. And I do want to repeat myself. I'm asking a request for everybody who can send a get well card or a Christmas card to Barb Muir, Muir. This is Mark's mother, and he is Eternity Mark Muir in the address file. So send the card to Barbara at Mark's address because they live together. She needs some cheering up. She's depressed. She broke her arm. She can't work. She's really having a rough time. So we got to send her something. Thank you, Joycey. Joyce, did you see my stocking? I got my stocking out. Joyce and I go way back in time. And I found what went into the pocket. It was a little angel, and she's over there. I got my stocking out. Thank you, Joyce. It's going on the back of my door here. It hangs on my door every year. I know. Can you believe I've kept it? And look how good. And look at the little. You sent me one of these in your a snowflake in my Christmas card this year. And here's one on here. The little crocheted snowflake. Oh, Angela, last night I was watching a Christmas movie, and and for some reason a voiceover came through on this one girl, just this one actor, and I'm wondering if maybe they just didn't say the right line, or but it was a different voice, and she voiceovered her part in the movie, and then only did it like 2 or 3 times, and then the rest of the movie it was her voice. So, or I thought it was her voice. So I know what it means to have a voiceover actor. Yay! Angela's our a voiceover actor. Good. Yes, voice dubbing. Okay, guys, that's all I'm going to do tonight. So thank you all for hanging out with me. He is adorable. I will take his picture and post him. He just looks like he belongs there. I'll go back over to the group, and oh, there's somebody there. Jennifer. Jennifer is so good about uh, arting along with me. Thank you, Jennifer. Let me edit that one and add the picture. Wow, they look just as cute as could be. Now they're side by side. There's Jennifer's little. She hasn't colored it yet, so you can't see it. It's in pencil. She does good. I I I don't see it. Did I do it right? Save. Well, I'll just do it the old-fashioned way. I don't. It, Facebook and YouTube have been doing all kinds of tweaking this month, and it drives me nuts. So 1, 2, buckle my shoe, post. I just posted them again. Published. So now you can see them side by side. There's mine, and there's the napkin. Looks good. The only thing I can think of, the scarf and the hat need a little glitter. And that's going to be my last touch up, and I'm going to quit. I've got clear glitter glue, and I'm going to put some glitter glue on the scarf. And it'll dry overnight. Okay, now I'm done. I've done everything I could possibly do. Good night, everybody. Thanks all for hanging out. I'll see you in the chat room. Let's see, tomorrow is Sunday. Um, I'm pretty sure Kim will be on at 12, and I'll be on with her, and I haven't heard what we're going to do tomorrow. So it's going to be a surprise. It'll be a surprise on what we get to do tomorrow. So good night, everybody. See you tomorrow.